Training and onboarding is one of the most often overlooked parts of the hiring process. We spend all this time and energy going out there looking for candidates, interviewing these folks, making them an offer, and everybody's excited to get them on, but then we fall short on how we onboard and develop these people in the early days on the job. It's a crucial part of the fact-driven hiring process is to get that training and onboarding process down just right. Why do we fail at it? Well, reason why we fail at most of these things. There are a lot of details you got to get just right. And it starts with having a simple plan that you can use to effectively onboard this person and just keep SMART goals associated with their development in the early days. All right, so you get to the end of the process and now it's time to make the person an offer. Well, the first step is write an offer letter. All right, let's use AI to write an offer letter. Write an offer letter to my new operations manager. All right, boom, got my offer letter. I can send this out to them and get that signed, get a start date, off we go. Now, how am I gonna onboard this person? There's tons of things that you gotta think about. I can't even begin to think. I mean, I think you gotta get them a computer, equipment, like a desk and a chair. Maybe you gotta get them a uniform. Oh, don't forget about all their new hire paperwork. There's an employee handbook. There are the I-9s, W-4, getting them enrolled in all the benefits. I can't remember everything. There's too many things to think about. And if you're a small business or you're an HR department or recruiter and you're hiring a role you've never hired before, you might have some of these things in mind to be able to create a quick list like I just did, or you might be forgetting something. So let's check. Let's ask ChatGPT and let's see if they can help make sure we fill in all the blanks and create an awesome checklist. Since I've already been working on this, I can just simply ask. I don't even have to give them that much direction. Create an onboarding checklist for this new person. ChatGPT already knows what we're talking about. I've got everything here in this one thread. So let's hit enter and let's see how awesome this is. All right, it's giving me the bullet points of everything that I need. Because there's nothing worse as being a new hire. Maybe this has happened to you. You've been hired, the new company, they make an offer letter, you're gonna put in your 2-week notice and crickets. You don't hear anything from them. You maybe get like one email with some instructions on what time to be there on Monday, and you're sort of the excitement's starting to wear off. You're like, what happened? Everybody was all real friendly and excited to, offer me the job, and then I got nothing from it. It's probably because these people weren't prepared to onboard you effectively. I've got a list here of everything that I need, and now all I gotta do is make some small tweaks, add in some of those extra details. In fact, if I have trouble with some of those, I can just ask ChatGPT to fill in the blanks for me. Here we go. Here's my onboarding checklist. Let's take a look. I love this one. Assign a buddy, a mentor to the new hire. It's one of those best practices that companies often overlook. You just got a brilliant idea to introduce a new program that you never thought of. There you go. I've got my onboarding checklist for our new operations manager for the CPA firm. It's everything we need. I'll just fill in some blanks, I'll make some tweaks, and I'll be off and running. So it's really important that new hires, they have a clear set of expectations for them. So one of the things I did is I had ChatGPT create a really clear set of KPIs and OKRs to help guide this person over their first days and months and years on the job. And so this is really, really important that we get right. So let me show you what I had ChatGPT create for our new operations manager. Here you go. All the KPIs and OKRs, and I tied it back to some very specific company goals on how we're gonna do that. This got us a running start on how we're gonna guide this person and how we're gonna measure their success, both in the early days and overall success of them being on the team. And then it wasn't quite enough. I wanted to have 3 KPIs and OKRs for every key part of that operation manager's role. I wanted to make sure that we were very granular and we're thinking about all the angles on what the leading indicators might be when we're trying to drive profitability in this firm. So I asked it to expand a little bit. It literally created all of this in seconds. And then I thought to itself, they didn't talk about talent acquisition. And if you're a growing CPA firm, you're really gonna need to have somebody or a part of that job that's super hyper focused on finding qualified talent. Your CPA firm, you need licensed, certified public accountants. You need really specialized talent, and that's not easy to find. So let's just be really clear about what we're gonna do from a talent acquisition, and I added an extra spot. Boom, we were done. Okay, so now that we created an onboarding checklist, we made it easy to make sure we've checked all the boxes, we've got all the things we need done to welcome our new operations manager and get them onboarded quickly and successfully so they feel good and that we get them up and running as quickly as possible. It's time to start thinking about how we're gonna develop this person to mature into the role over the first year. Nobody's gonna come on board and instantly be an expert at everything that you want them to do. So you need to think carefully about the milestones of how you train and develop this person. So I went back to ChatGPT and I asked a simple question. During the first year, what are the key milestones and objectives that you want this person to accomplish? Break it down into quarters and add in the training components that we want to make sure that we're supporting this person with so that they can be successful in accomplishing it. And again, in just moments, they created a fantastic training program for our new operations manager. Now you've seen how we can go from stuck, uncertain about how we're going to even begin the hiring process to executing an entire fact-driven hiring process. We've got the foundation right. We've attracted amazing people with a world-class recruitment marketing program. We had every tool in our tool belt to evaluate these people quickly and effectively, to train and onboard this new hire so they can be successful. I encourage you to leverage these tools to start accelerating your recruiting and hiring efforts to make sure that you're finding and onboarding the very best people. If you need help with this, our hiring coaches at Discovered are doing these exercises with our clients, getting them implemented, or asked to reach out for us. We'll send you the prompts that we use as well. We look forward to seeing you in our next videos. I'm gonna get kind of granular on some of these other techniques that we're leveraging AI for.